Welcome to the Melanie Hellwig Performance Show.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here. I am Melanie Hellwig White, CEO of Hellwig Products and host of the Melanie Hellwig Performance Show. Today's episode, I get to introduce Emily Reeves, who is the creator behind Flying Sparks Garage, the shop she runs with her husband, Aaron, where they work on anything with an engine. She produces a weekly YouTube videos that feature her family, sometimes with 4 generations in a single episode, learning as they go, encouraging one another, and showcasing a loving, respectful marriage built around their shared passion for mechanical things. Emily, it's so good to have you here today. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, Melanie. This is awesome. Thanks for that sweet introduction. I loved that. It was very accurate.
Yeah, awesome. Can you tell us how did Flying Sparks Garage get started?
Absolutely. So, Flying Sparks began in March of 2015. Aaron had purchased headers for my GTO, which I named Roxy, and that was my first car when I turned 18. And so, over the years of having that car as a gearhead, you're always making them better. You break them and then you replace parts. Well, it was time for headers on my car, and I got them for Christmas. And so it needed a tune after we installed the headers, and we were at the tuner, and I lost my oil pump on the dyno. The car started knocking violently, and I just thought I was just done for. But once I came to after that horrific, experience, I told Aaron, I was like, Aaron, I want to make videos building a new engine for this car. I want to do that. There's this YouTube thing is a real thing. Like, people are doing this for their jobs, and I want to do that. From the onset, we did not look at it as a hobby or like, we're going to try this and maybe it'll work. We looked at it as a goal to make this our job from day one. So it's been a lot of diligence. It's, gosh, this year was 11 years since starting our channel, and it's kind of wild. We look at it and say, we could be here, we could have millions of subscribers, all this stuff. As a creator, you're never satisfied. At least that's how I am. But that is how it started, and that is how it continues. We just keep on making videos.
That's
It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that is awesome. Your videos sometimes feature 4 generations. What does it mean to you to bring your whole family into the garage?
Well, it's such a special thing to us in our life, which translates into our content, because we are completely honest in our content. We do not try and figure out like, okay, what kind of brand do we want to promote in this, video of who we are. We are 100% who we are. And family is something that is so important to us. And we are grateful to have 4 generations right here. My grandparents, my mother, my sister, and then her daughter. We have 4 generations. We have no kids of our own, but we have a niece that is like a kid to us.
Uh-huh.
In fact, her nickname is the kid, and she is now 14, but she does not want to leave the nickname the kid. She's like, no, that's what my nickname is. So if you're a viewer of the show, then you'll be familiar with the kid. And she's with us 90% of the time working in the shop. She homeschools, so literally she's learning from us of all of the mechanical things, all of the marketing things, all of the things that we do in editing and all of that. She's our right hand dude. So it's really awesome. But my grandmother and my mom are also on the videos, and it's so special to be able to share memories and continue on something that means so much to us. So
Yeah.
it's very special.
I can absolutely relate to that. Just being 4 generations here too. It's so special to be able to do that together. So I love that. And
Me too.
when you think about performance, innovation, or speed in today's automotive world, what perspective or insight matters most to you?
When I read this question in the email, I was like, that's a great question. And also, I could go on forever on that. So I'm going to try to be concise on my answer. And what's most near and dear to my heart when it comes to innovation and things like that in our industry is pushing yourself to try. That is something that I do in the shop constantly. I will never be an expert on anything, but I get a little bit closer every time I try, and I make a mistake and I learn. And that is what we tell our niece. Like, she'll be nervous to try something, and then we're like, dude, try. Like, get your hands dirty, go to install that bracket, and you can look at the instructions, but you can also just try and figure out how it bolts on. And if you bolt it on wrong and your alternator won't go on after that, try again. There's so much to be said for having diligence and ambition, and I feel like so many people that have ever made anything happen in the automotive industry, any kind of forward movement, was because people tried and they had ambition and drive to see something through. So that's, for me, that's what I see most day to day that helps me. And I also honor in people that are movers and shakers in the industry making stuff happen. They're just diligent, and they try, and they mess up, and they learn. And it's powerful.
Yeah. And what I heard you say there too is like, you're not afraid to fail. Like, it is really about,
it's good to fail.
You have, I mean, the more you fail, the more that you succeed too. I think that's the, in this generation, and I love that about you, is that they think everything's like perfect, right? And you get it right the first time, and you just don't. You have to try, and you have to like be willing to fail. And yeah, I think that's really cool that that's how you look at that.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's awesome. Um, yeah, Emily, I just really appreciate you being here. You're such a bright spot. So we will make sure that we share, like, where can people find you?
Yes. So our YouTube channel, which is where we are most prominent on, is Flying Sparks Garage. Got it up there behind me too. Flying Sparks Garage. And that is where you'll find weekly videos. We work on all kinds of things, as you said in the intro, anything with an engine, boats, cars, trucks, RVs, tractors, all kinds of stuff. We even started in on semi trucks this past year, and that has been some really awesome content. So yeah, that is where we can be found. So Flying Sparks Garage on YouTube, and then on all the social media platforms, Flying Sparks Garage, or you can find me. I'm Emily Reeves is my handle on a lot of those platforms.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely. Really, thank you for having me, and thank you for all you do in the industry too. You are one of those driving forces that I see so many places doing amazing stuff. You and I have spent time in DC together, fighting for our rights in the automotive industry, and you serve on the SEMA board, and it's so awesome to see. You are a light too. It takes one to know one. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining me today. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching the Melanie Hellwig Performance Show. Be sure to subscribe for more episodes.